All right, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Joel, your chief host of the show, and joining me as always is my fantastic co-host Noble.
Good morning.
You know, it's funny. I see morning. I don't see sun. It's just gloomy up here.
Yeah, down here too. It's not overcast, but it's also not very bright.
Mm-hmm. Nah, must have been the storms we must have had up here a little while back, but I wasn't really affected, so that's fine. It could be worse down there though.
Okay.
Now, next up, joining us on the show, we have Gil.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's been a while. Sure loving, sure glad to be back to talk a whole lot of shit too.
As always, man, that's the fun part of the show.
Might as
We
well.
always love having you for it.
Oh
And
yeah.
also, rounding out the panel, we have a 2-in-1 package of Azzy and Cam.
What's up?
Hello.
Hope everyone's doing great today. Especially three of you.
What?
Especially three of you. I hope
Hey.
everyone.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, we're good. Not that my brain is mush, but we're doing really great. All things
Your brain is
considered.
mush. Your brain is mush. I'm here stuck in a side field, you know. I'm about to go the monolith.
Oh, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you, Joel. My brain was mushed earlier. I don't know why.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it happens to the best of us. So, let us get started with the items of this week. Now, I know especially up there in the US, especially you, Azzy and Cam, that I hear that the things are intensifying with Teslas, people who own Tesla's dealerships, Tesla infrastructure, and certain people who suddenly find it cool to dislike Tesla for
Yeah.
mundanely stupid
Yep.
reasons.
Oh my god, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like over here. There's over here that somebody wrote like somebody vandalized the Tesla, calling it like this car is for Nazis. That
Right,
type thing.
and it's so surreal, isn't it? Though they're basically drawing Nazi symbolism on Tesla cars, and all of that, and then, bam.
And the person who did it looks pretty much what you expect that those people would look like.
Every single time.
Right, like
Yeah.
you can pretty much just picture it now. Dressed in all black, friggin' looks like confused between looking like a man or a woman. You can't
Unemployed,
even tell.
fatherless.
Hugo Boss.
And she's wearing a mask, of course.
Also,
Yeah, definitely no father.
Yeah, and also an unkemptly ugly looking hairstyle that's probably within among trends.
Probably.
And probably also piercings. Lots and lots of piercings where you shouldn't have them.
And God knows, I mean, whatever else goes on too.
Yeah. Should tell me about it.
So, and in light of this though, there has been some interesting disturbing developments with regards to that have got Tesla and Tesla owners a bit more cautious. Apparently, a website called DogeQuest was raised up and then subsequently went down. And what it did was put details of Tesla owners across the United States and what have you. So it's basically a map of people who have been known to to own Teslas and all that, and maps out Tesla dealerships, Tesla charging stations, and
but the thing is, me as a The more I think I'm a bit of a car guy myself too. This is just one thing I absolutely despise, about more modern vehicles and whatnot. Hey, you know what? Download this app, connect to your car so you could, I don't know, roll up your fucking windows since you're too fucking lazy to do it your fucking self, right? And then whatever shit happens, this is the fucking outcome of it all too. I mean,
right.
it's not just electric vehicles; it's any of them.
So when I first came across this fad of people, destroying Tesla stuff, I'm going to make this clear to start off with. I think the Tesla vehicles are nothing but the iPhone of the world. That's it. They basically look nice, but overall they're fucking shit. I mean, going back way back when there was this woman wanted a fucking bolt for her car that wasn't installed in the factory and couldn't get it for her. That's how I see Tesla. This is effectively people acting like and being Nazis, because they're not going after the Tesla company itself. They're going after the branded vehicles once they're in the ownership of private citizens. You are not turning around and winning some sort of pride BS or whatever. You're acting like a fucking Nazi by looking for, stalking, attending, and then vandalizing. I mean, hell, the Nazis used to turn around and vandalize and mark businesses that belonged to people who were Jewish in Germany and other places around the world, because apparently they were in the right.
It's
The Nazis felt that a business belonging to a Jew was not, shouldn't exist. And the way people are acting here is there's like Teslas shouldn't exist, so they're going to murk them. And so far, all people have done to, at least that I've seen, to Teslas is just like key them or paint them or tag them or some weird shit. They haven't actually gone through the process of like blowing cars up, but that I've seen. But they have actually gone after the charging stations, which is Wait, was that Tesla on fire?
Yeah,
Pretty much. Yep.
Okay, so then you're acting like fucking Nazis, because that's what Nazis would do. They'd just burn businesses as well.
And that looks like a.
Have they started beating up and spitting on Tesla owners yet?
Oh yeah. Okay,
that's the other thing the Nazis did in on the lead up to World War II is that what the fuck are you doing? You're not winning anything here. You are simply turning around and causing complete chaos. Look, that's a Cybertruck. There's no reason to burn it. It's just you hook up the rear end of it and give it a bit of a pull, because the rear axle will just snap like a twig.
You don't want to say that too often.
There's no reason to destroy a vehicle.
Yeah, but listen. First off, you don't have to worry about like Cybertrucks or whatnot too. Those things are just engineered in such a shitty way, that they're just total by themselves. Like a Ford would. But another catch is, what about Jewish Tesla owners in that case?
Oh, fuck yeah, I gave you a weapon for that. Look, for anyone out there who's thinking that this is going to be no, you are not being progressive. You're not moving forward. You are not fighting back. You are attacking private citizens. That's who you're attacking.
That's what this person, this private citizen is saying. Look, I was like, come on, this is childish, man. Like, come on, what are you going to do? What are you going to change? Elon's his own man. This has no effect on him. A couple of this effects on a community.
No, hang on. That's bullshit. This will have an effect on Tesla, because if someone has liked the vehicle thus far, they're going to buy another Tesla.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. And of course,
so you're not doing a negative against Elon Musk. You're doing a positive.
Yeah,
because
pretty
it just
much.
means that people are going to go out and buy more cars. When you destroy and vandalize those charging stations, that's more money for Tesla, especially if it's at a non-Tesla facility.
Hey,
if it's a privately owned charging location, that business owner then has to go to insurance or fork out of their business or their own pocket to buy or replace, repair or replace those charging stations. This is just more money for Elon.
Hey, no, but you know what the best part is too? It creates more demands, and more demands create more jobs. And hey, look at that, business is booming. Thanks to a couple
Here's
of
the thing: if you were to put up a poster, print out something, use some blue tack, and stick it, or even tape it to the test thing, and saying, Elon bad, blah blah blah. That's better.
Right.
You're not physically damaging stuff. You're not going to have the police, knocking on your door, or you're not going to have the police basically arresting you while you kick and scream like a Dragon Ball Z fucking character.
Right. And now here's something I want to show you as well, like in terms of better ways of protesting that's that's so destructive. I've seen some people protest a newly opened Tesla dealership in Gainesville. And some of these.
Hang on. Wait. So just to clarify, those protesters, are they standing on the footpath?
Yep.
Yes.
They're spread out so someone can eat. Right. That's how you protest.
Yeah.
That's how Tesla parks taking up 2 or 3 spaces.
Yeah. And of course, it's somebody who says, and he said, on the look at the Cybertruck, it says, "Thank you, Elon."
You know what hey, but listen, do you know what the best part is too?
I hope it doesn't rain.
No, but here, listen. The best part is about the protesters is that they're pretty much free advertisement.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because it's like, oh man, it's
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Even drama as well too is even better too.
Yeah, at
mean,
least they're
of
not
course.
at least they're not in the middle of the road like those climate activists.
Yeah, the Just Stop Oil activists. Yeah, I remember those guys.
Those jobs.
Yeah, like they just stop traffic to protest, and yeah, they stop traffic, they chant, they sing all sorts of songs to create a better future for people who are never going to have children.
Yeah,
Isn't that
America's
ironic?
going to turn into Japan really quickly with that sort of sense.
I think worse. No. Listen, Japan. I mean, I've seen some videos. They got some amazing stuff too. But the thing is you're not gonna achieve anything that Japan has with liberal mindsets. Trust me,
Pull your head
you
out of
would
your
never.
ass for a minute. Japan has a very, very, very low birth rate. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know that, but I'm speaking in general too. Not just the birth rates, but everything in general. Speaking of which, I mean, like, if some kids were
that's a story for another time. More
Oh, absolutely,
speaking of
absolutely.
Japan, to speak of Japan.
Look,
But
the most sanest thing you could do right now, especially if everyone around you is turning around and promoting the idea about going out and smashing a Tesla, just walk away. Just make up some excuse that you've got something else to do and just walk away. I understand that. I understand that there is going to be a lot of pressure in order for you to participate. However, this will only get you into trouble, or worse, because they're like lithium batteries. If the car was to explode while you're piss fighting around with it, you could end up dead or in hospital.
Tell me about it.
And
Because
as you know,
Teslas have shit tons of 18650s in them. I mean, fuck.
right, and as you know, electrical fires like those with lithium-ion batteries are a pain in the ass to fight off. It's very intensive, and yeah. Now to get back. Now to get back to the whole Doge Quest thing, like that's just what it is that Doge Quest is a site that displays the names, home addresses, and contact numbers of Tesla owners on a map, and the only way, and apparently the way that you can get your name taken off of that site's list is if they said the site's owners will remove the details if the person can show they've gotten rid of the vehicle.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
It's not illegal. Dude, it's fucking...
That is totally not extortion.
That's doxing. Not only, I'm sorry, but
Doxing,
I have to
extortion.
label that Nazi behavior.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blackmailing.
what the
So,
Nazis did.
hang on, what's next? Are they going to turn around and have all Tesla owners wear like a star on the front of their chest
Yeah, probably.
on their clothes?
Actually, yeah, start with the Tesla logo on them. Now that.
Which is just ironic as a whole.
Yeah. These people claim to be like, oh, Antifa this, but yet they're the ones they're acting exactly like the fuck. If you know what I mean. Fascist.
If you want to protest Tesla stuff, how about this? Don't record me. If some Tesla owner pulls up beside you and they start asking you a couple of questions, you're like, I don't want to be recorded, and walk away. I mean, what was it? A couple of months ago, maybe a year, we had this thing about how cars were like monitoring their owners and whoever was in their inside the vehicle, their sex life.
Hey, Noble, one thing that you have to do to understand is that Tesla vehicles could be other brands too, but those are packed with cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why they're able to get all that. That's the reason why they can get all those dick pics of people.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah, if you're like some kind of swinger or like really like famous person, and you want to like have sex in your car, don't get a Tesla or any kind of EV, because you're basically just begging yourself to get doxxed.
Yeah, you might as well use one of those to shoot porno instead.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well, they're gonna have more cameras than a bloody porno anyway.
Tell me about it.
Multiple.
Don't be but don't be too surprised if some extra thingos start popping up in porn sites. You know.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god. The advancements of technology, yes, good stuff. Or I don't know, maybe one of those like what? Oh yeah, fake taxi might fall into that kind of thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be too surprised if it actually does happen. Anyways, Jolt, let's continue on.
Right. So apart from all of that other mess like you've seen with with all of the Teslas that we've seen have just been burnt down and all that. I guess it's just kind of whatever you may think of Elon Musk or of Tesla. I mean, sure, you may have a legitimate reason to dislike Tesla for because you don't like electric cars, whatever. Okay, fine, cool. Just don't go around protesting them, vandalizing. Just don't go around protesting them unhealthily, like vandalizing or even destroying it.
Because electric vehicles do have a huge impact on the environment. I mean, I'm not talking about in a positive way, but in a negative way, considering the materials used. I mean, you've got those tree-hugging hippies that are going off their fucking heads about how you've got to be responsible for the environment.
And I think you know what, and you kind of just saved me from a total missed opportunity. You know what?
What?
It was so funny how these people who would basically protest everything from climate change now go off and say, you can have any electric car you want as long as it's not a Tesla.
Are you kidding me?
Right, because that's kind of what it is now. I mean, they're the ones who seem to be but setting Teslas on fire. What kind of message does that convey?
The hypocrisy is just literally gone off the roof with these fucking people. It's just it's insane.
Oh my god, yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised if, Elon Musk, could be using the Tesla brand to, I don't know, maybe making transport trucks, buses. Oh, how about even trains? Why not even planes? Right? Could you imagine all that?
Right, the possibilities can be endless, exactly.
Yep, especially with all the bullshit that's been going on.
But again, it's just so funny how hypocritical the climate crowd is regarding that sort of things. And now all of a sudden, electric cars bad as long as it's a Tesla. And then what?
The irony, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as you know, burning an electric car causes environmental damage.
Dude, do you know how toxic it is to make the batteries for
Right.
for those cars,
Yeah, because
and how
you have to
toxic?
harvest. Yeah, because you have to harvest rare earth materials like cobalt and all that. And
And do you know how
Yeah.
toxic it is for those things to go up in flames? Do you have any idea?
Extremely, like
Exactly.
high, 100%, 100%
Yeah.
high.
Might as well just be keep on breathing in all those cobalt fumes.
I'd rather be driving a car filled with like dead dinosaurs.
Agreed. At least the autism isn't lost on that part.
Yeah.
now, if only we can have yeah, fossil farms.
Right? I mean, who knows?
Yeah, yeah, I'd be down with that.
Oh,
Hmm.
100%,
I mean,
Like,
come on, we've been doing
make Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, all that reality. If only to have our own
E-
fossil farm.
well, I mean, of course, as long as things don't really go, according to movies too, because would be
Exactly.
a nightmare.
Exactly. That's the only caveat you have to watch out for. Now,
right.
speaking of the next item, to move on from this, while we're also talking about like saving me from missing the opportunity to talk about the hypocrisy of climate change and climate advocates, we have this next item. Isn't that a stretch of an Amazon rainforest was cleared, was destroyed to build a 4-lane highway for an upcoming COP30 climate summit.
I
Are you fucking serious?
Are you
What the
fucking? I are,
what the fuck?
are you fucking kidding me? What is this? What the fuck?
This is like someone trying to protest Elon burning a fucking Tesla and then going off about climate change.
Mhm. All the while they have to go and they're holding the summit in an exclusive palace in the middle of nowhere, and the only way to get to that place is to hack up the Amazon and build and pave over it with a hype motorway.
Yes, a single motorway that it's probably gonna just be used once. If everything, that's a little too much, and you use all that time protesting for all the fucking environmental protection, this and that. And down the line, they pull this kind of shit. Yeah, I guess all that activism really paid off, didn't it?
Right.
All right. So, out of curiosity, anything in here would suggest that it's going to be used afterwards at its like full capacity, or at least like 80% of its capacity on a regular basis.
I wouldn't even think about it because I mean, just look at this. Let's just quickly read about what what they're trying to do. This project here. Tens of thousands of acres of protected Amazon rainforest are being cleared and paved over to build a new 4-lane highway for, of all things, the upcoming COP climate summit in Brazil.
Yes, of course.
Right, and I know as a personal Brazilian heritage, you'd be a bit uppity over this. A bit being an
It's
understatement.
it's just retarded. I mean,
Yeah.
you just you fuck up, the tree, for a road that's just gonna be used like once or twice a year, and if anything, that would just be too much, right?
Yeah.
And it's just gonna now the projects themselves are gonna be fucking overpriced, which is pretty fucking obvious, right? And another part is that whenever it comes to that kind of the people running all that stuff, sure they're all nepo babies too, like Elon Musk, but Elon Musk is only being protested because he's not their type of nepo baby, right?
Yeah. That's a not that type of thing on that side of politics.
The other thing
Of
is
course.
just with the whole Elon Musk thing, he is an African American, so it is really nice. Well, African Canadian American. It's really nice to see how people treat people of that sort of part of the
Yes, except
community.
he's the wrong kind of African,
Tell
unfortunately.
me about it.
A South African, but not that kind of South African in the eyes of people who think that matters.
South Africa itself is a whole new can of worms.
Right, and that's the thing for another time, though. But let's just read how funny this is, though. The 8-mile stretch of new highway dubbed Avenida Liberdade, or Avenue of Liberty, has gouged a
my
deep gash through the large swath of Amazon rainforest, just in time for world leaders to convene to discuss how much they care about the Amazon rainforest. Oh, look at that. I love the Amazon, but I want to build a highway through it.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, they really did care about. They really do care about the Amazon rainforest, don't they? I mean, it shows that they care, right? Right. This
The,
shows that they care.
the
Really.
fucking irony of it all. I swear to
Yeah.
fucking God.
Yeah. It's just
I
it's
mean,
very hypocritical to say at least.
yeah. Like, just look at the pictures. Like, they've already started clearing out all the hacked up pieces of jungles, the logs, and
Oh,
everything, and all the tread marks you know, from
oh, you're killing.
excavators and milling machines.
Oh, you're killing all the animals' homes
They
and
built a
stuff.
road.
Goodness. Right.
Oh,
This,
Kitty.
yeah, it's the Forbidden Kitty. But the thing is the oh my God. This is
Right.
this is a complete clusterfuck that is definitely not gonna backfire at all whatsoever too. It's not like the Brazil wood is actually a very very rare tree around there, isn't it?
Mhm.
Oh my. Hey, I mean, I hope it's all worth it down the line, for their
Mhm.
single-use highway that's just gonna lead to absolutely nowhere.
I mean, I
Yeah.
would probably right, and this is what the city of Belém in Brazil. I looked it up,
Wait, where it
but
is?
yeah, the whole thing is going to be organized in the city of Belém in Brazil,
Ah,
and
yes.
right. But fuck me, yeah, it doesn't matter how long the highway is. 8 miles is a big stretch of dingo, and you just imagine like the impact of it all that it has on the environment, the animals, every of that, and where is poor Kitty gonna go?
Oh my God, yeah, and of course, I mean, like all the experts and the educated people praising the Amazon forest as like a natural wonder, whatnot, too. Only for down the line, they turn around and pull shit like this. Yeah, I hope it was worth it. Oh, that piece of shit.
Makes it
Yeah,
makes me
right,
want.
right.
This
It
old
makes me
bastard.
makes me go back to
Joe Biden,
what
that
I
piece of shit.
I
makes me
know. You
go
just
back to what I saw on George Carlin. What he said, environmentalists don't give a shit about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the
You're
abstract, Not in the
and you'd be
abstract.
absolutely correct about it. You would be 110% about the the educated people about all this bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because of course, I mean, the only thing that matters, when it comes to this kind of shit, is whenever you're. It's like a thing about an ego play, because they only care to promote their image and how much of a hero they are. But down the line, when it comes, like actually proving, about, I care about so much about the Amazon forest and whatnot too. Are you really fucking sure
Yeah.
about that? Are you sure about that?
Or
No.
Greta Thunberg complaining about
that's
like
exactly the
oh
first line of that article.
That's
Greta
really
Thunberg
God.
Complaining that oh the CO2 emissions are in the air, but yet you fly like private jets. It's
Yep.
like
Of course. While like you have to push the people who cannot afford EVs to get one, while being told by some multimillionaire who flies his private jet left and right, up and down towards like environmental summits on a plane that pollutes way more than a fucking car.
Let's give every farmer a Cybertruck.
Yes, of course, a Cybertruck to be used for plowing. What a great idea.
Right, a
Well, no,
Cybertruck
you've
that will
got
be used to
feeding animals and doing all other sorts of shit. You just got to remind the farmers that don't park the vehicle out in the open. Make sure you always have it on. What's that mode that you have to put it in?
on like electric
Wash mode or
only.
something
Right, not
when it
even that.
rains.
Uh, What a joke, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, let's give them all that so that they can do all their farm runs to and from the market, carry up food and livestock and all of that, instead of taking the tractor to town or even the
I'd love to
market.
see like an 80-year-old farmer find out how long it takes to charge one of those things.
Yeah.
Right.
Even
Just if he's
worse.
gonna
Or even worse, I
kind of
mean,
a sailor.
either that or said 80-old farmer get lost in a fucking menu or whatnot. All the buttons about reading this and that and whatnot too. Oh, look at that! You need like a network connection. He's just stuck there wondering
And
what the
what do
fuck
you
is in it as a
know?
network connection.
Right, what how frequent is it for a rural property to have access to reliable network connections, Wi-Fi
Oh,
even at that?
yeah, and I just remembered something as well too. If you would have some problems, let's say with the wheels, let's say the tires, well, good luck patching that up because from your average internal combustion car to an EV, the tires are completely different. The whole
Yeah,
assembly is different.
if companies had manufactured EVs in a way where it was easy to replace the primary cells, if Tesla made it so you could easily access the lead acid battery that's in the vehicle,
It's not
and if
lead
parts
acid.
were made available piss easy and the same parts were used throughout multiple vehicles,
Oh,
guess what? We wouldn't have anything to fucking bitch about, except
oh,
the part of cars exploding. But then again,
oh,
that's sort of due to the technology.
exactly. And speaking of which, here's the best part. Your average internal combustion car has one engine, no shit. An EV can have up to two, while a Cybertruck has four electrical motors in it,
I've
each
seen it in
on
person.
every wheel.
Well, it's a four-drive engine, four-drive vehicle.
Yeah,
Anyway, so
Exactly.
now the thing I'm fascinated about this Amazon rainforest road, exactly where in the continent has it been, plowed through? Do we have a
mm,
map?
Do we have a
well,
map,
just have a
Jolt?
quick look. Right, let me just have a quick look around this BLM in Brazil. But while I'm trying to get to that though, I think it's just kind of hilarious how this whole cycle just continues on, right? I mean, it's funny, like demolish the road, so what? So you can drive, so you can drive your electric car or whatever, and then what destroys the environment more? Production of electric cars or production of the highway?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Right, and so what we have, this is the city, the coastal city of, well, I wouldn't say coastal, but this is that part of Belém in Brazil where they are hosting the climate conference, and there is an airport in Belém as well. Interesting thing to note,
Yes, right there. Yes.
right? And the coast is pretty much where the downtown is, and it's just
So,
yeah.
if you were to make a guess, like where do you think they're carving the road, on the Amazon to get to it?
Right, because all things
Uh,
considered, there is like this is like this part of Brazil, and that's pretty much like what northern Brazil. That's
yeah,
so
French
and
French Guiana's right up there. Yeah.
yeah, and if they're carving like what 8 miles of road, which is probably like only going to be like in this vicinity here around like all the way from there to the to the island, then yeah.
The roads, yes, of course.
Of course, I mean, of course, there's only a handful of that's only the main highway in and out of Belém, all the way up there, all the way east to Benavides, and so the other out is basically you go south, and that's a different way. So your only option, of course, you can't really go north because you'd have to build a lot of bridges. You can't really go west because same story, more bridges.
Right?
So
Pretty much.
right, your only option is pretty much to go what? To cut another highway southeast, or you cut another highway northeast, and then in which case it's that's a lot of road. And if they're thinking they're gonna build a highway like somewhere smack bang in the middle of nowhere just so they could, do their conference center, yeah, wow.
I have to
Lo-
wonder what the impact would have been if everyone just decided to fly in instead of, plowing through a forest like that.
Hmm.
Well, that's a good question. Yes, that would be a very big question.
Yeah, that is a good question right there. Ain't that right?
Take a look at it.
Yeah, and all of that. It's exactly if you were a sane person, you just basically host it, like get a big convention space in right in the heart of Berlin proper, and have everybody else fly in with all their friggin' private jets and shit, and then there wouldn't be any need to build that highway.
Hmm.
It just
Or
shows you
but
how hypocritical environmentalists really are.
Jesus Christ, tell me about it. Of course, I mean, because the roads that are there, I mean, of course, yeah, you just can't drive through like the peasant road, right? No, no, no.
no, that would take you too long, and you'd have to basically deal with people carrying all sorts of peasant stuff, friggin' carts and stuff.
Yep. Jesus Christ. Is it really going to be worth it?
Long run, no. I mean, look, Brazil's had. I mean, you kind of know Brazil's had some infrastructure big projects, and that have left in a couple of years, pretty much like crumbled and collapsed. Watch and see
Uh-huh.
watch and see where this highway goes in the next couple of years. Like,
And
fuck that.
how fast is it going to be abandoned because it's built by a shitty administration?
Yeah, I mean, like that's not factoring in Brazil's corruption aside, what even is the use case of such a highway if not the conference?
Exactly. I mean, what's it gonna affect in the long run? Is it gonna reduce traffic? Like is it gonna make it better for everyone else? Is it how do I put it? Is it even gonna be worth it? You know, beneficial for the people in the long run for costs, maintenance, and all that fun stuff?
Hmm.
Or did they not? Or did they just not think about that?
They
Mm,
clearly didn't think about it.
completely don't. Nah.
Where were all the people that like to chain themselves to trees to stop,
Yeah.
deforestation? Where were they for
Right.
the Amazon
Yep.
rainforest?
Exactly.
Absolutely nowhere. They're probably just sitting there in their parents' luxurious homes, just jacking off and tweeting about it, like how much they care about the environment.
Well, here's the thing. I guess the AC/DC song would be, well, a good idea to play right about now. Highway to Hell.
Eh, I mean, yeah,
Going down that one.
a worthy
God.
mention. I'll give it that.
Way to hell.
Let's not hit copyright now.
That's
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
but it's a good reference though. It is a good reference
Nah, it's
because
it's it's suitable.
yes. Now listen. Then again, there will also be a good amount of like videos I watched from Count Dankula to at least be able to understand something very important that a lot of these projects, while on the start, on paper, they might sound like a good idea, but down the line, well, guess what? It might just be one of the biggest burdens for everyone down the line.
Right, because then it's all of that's basically on the shoulders of the taxpayer.
Yes, you're just paying extra taxes for for a road that you don't even use, that nobody uses. It's just going to be abandoned,
Yeah,
unwritable.
this is why I asked in the news article, does it state anything about what this highway is going to be used for afterwards?
Yep, what's it going to be used for, Because I would really, really love to know. Yeah, matter
Mm-hmm.
of fact, I guess probably everyone would like to see it. exactly as to what is going to be worth it.
Hmm. Right. Now, to move on from all of this, as we have another item for you to move on from all this climate stuff and all this, alarmism, destructiveness, and that. Here's something different. Chess.com has made a post about taking a new name for the piece that we all know as the Bishop. And the reaction to this has become spectacular. It's become really heated.
To say the least, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, lay it all on us. Like what is the main goal of like putting up with all this shit?
Right. Like,
So
why change the name of a piece that we all know like the Bishop? So, yes, go
to
ahead,
start
Noble.
off with, we should probably mention that we're using the article from chess.com itself, not just their Twitter page.
Right. Because I could go on their Twitter. We will go on their Twitter page, on their Twitter, and see the reactions to this wholesale. Oh, we will.
Yeah, like oh my god. Well, so because it's going to use the oppressive Christian language or some shit like that. Like, what are the activists going to rename it to? Like the
Right. And
rabbi or like the imam or the
yeah,
scientist
that's
or atheist?
exactly what we're going to say. Like, if you're going to change it to all that stuff, like, say for example the Imam, and you want to basically make chess, but it's Islamic, wouldn't you have to go through the whole 9 yards and change like the piece of the rook or the knight to a camel instead of a horse?
Tell me about it. Probably going to be like what? Let's see. Oh yeah, the fact checker for the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
for
yeah,
the atheist version.
yeah. Oh.
Now, there's a
Oh,
little something that might shock everybody here if you didn't pay too close attention as to what's been going on. But
Oh boy.
this isn't the first chess piece that chess.com on Twitter has actually asked whether or not you want to rename. They also did the rook, and nobody fucking responded.
What was it this time?
Okay, yeah. So the tweet followed a similar February post about renaming the rook. However, while the rook joke flew under the radar for most stingers, the bishop post exploded. So I mean, of course, the rook is kind of a thingo because it's a knight. It's a and it kind of just flew under it because there's no super whatever connotation attached to it. Whereas the bishop, well, that seems to be a lot of significance because I mean, historically, yeah, there is a lot of finger and religious significance about such a piece.
Exactly. Oh,
I mean, yeah, here's the thing though, just for a bit of historic context and all that, the English name bishop comes from the piece's pointed top, resembling a bishop's mitre in Christian tradition. However, the name of the piece varies in different languages. In French, it's called fou, the jester, while in Russian it's slon, the elephant, and in Norwegian, löper, the runner.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I do apologize in advance for potentially butchering pronunciations, but it is what it is. It is as it
Yay!
is. Right.
Indeed, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, so a sign, and along them, there's a lot of people that ran along with the jokes from other linguistics to funny names like truck driver, a witch, or even
The
Bob.
what?
Bob!
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What?
why not? Right, Bob the Bishop.
Bomb the bishop. What?
Bob.
Oh, Bob. Jesus Christ.
Correct, Bob the Bishop.
Yes. uh, I mean, does it really matter? I mean, to change the name officially for shit? Like, Jesus Christ. Just play the damn thing as it was, like, been the same for, like, what? Centuries.
Right, and then like in certain localized cases, they just run with it as it is because that's what they call it in their version in their tongue. Like French calling it the jester. Well, funnily enough, if you wanted to play that, but if it wanted to be the pieces that chess by is French, you might as well like replace that with a jester's hat, and then
Yeah,
it'd
pretty
like
much.
people would make it at least make sense.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
funny the kind of things people just completely go off the rails for, isn't it?
Yep. Jesus Christ. And I have to make it everybody's problem?
So, out of curiosity, in the article, does it specifically state that this was just a joke?
Please tell me it's a joke.
That's what chess.com thinks it is. They just, but when
Yeah,
they
but
put
here's the
this as,
thing.
yeah.
This is chess.com. This is also the source of, the Twitter account.
Yes. And this is just the tweet that was presented as is, There's no, they just said that, accepting new names, ideas for this piece and the piece of the bishop, no context provided. No addition.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then, of course, as you know, like the reactions to it are pretty out there. And as I said, we will go on Twitter right now as we speak and read all the reactions to this. And again, I do have to warn ahead of time that some of these are pretty out there.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see it.
Oh, we will.
Oh my god.
Okay, Stone Toss Comics. Giga 9,000.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What about it's over 9,000?
Oh my god.
Yeah, this guy just says it's a.
You are kidding me, right?
Oh my
Hey, I
god.
mean, at least the bishop will bring the light where the sun doesn't shine.
It's pretty insane there. Or if you're inclined, like Warren has the right idea.
Moran.
Yes, read this from the tweet. Cardinal, Friar, Monsignor, Deacon, Abbot, Prior, Vicar, Conquistador, Templar, Crusader, Inquisitor, or stick with Bishop.
Yeah, that's a giga chat right there.
Oh, you know it. That's what they called people of positions of faith back in historical context as well. Then again, you could also go with even simpler than bishop, like even a monk or a priest would even be sufficient.
Exactly.
If at that.
Oh my
So,
god. So what else? Do we have for the reviews there? Oh yeah,
I
like you said
mean,
in French, the food.
yeah, they call it food, like it says, and of course, if that was the case, like if I don't know, in English we could name it crazy. Would that just be a bad translation?
Hey, you know what would be a good power play for French chess players? They could surrender, the French surrender, and there you go, game over.
Right.
Especially, like all the all the all the other reactions too, like holy shit.
I mean, of course, so if you wanted to take this in a bit of a joking manner, you could also go with this. Someone,
Oh my
someone
god.
says, my daughter calls it the pointer and calls the king the pretzel.
What the
I
fuck?
mean, kids do have the kids say the darndest things, and they just look at it and say, "No, Dad, that's the pretzel piece."
Wait,
Yeah.
hang
Oh my
on.
god.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Interesting.
Good almighty.
I mean, yeah, the kids say the darndest things, but
Yeah, right? To be fair, it does look like a pretzel on a
yeah, I
2D
mean,
Only the top part.
and a bit of a 2D, to look rich.
mhm.
But you're just getting salty, just because of what? Just because of the name of a chess piece that's been the same thing for a
Right,
fucking
it's
century.
been right.
Yeah, it's like if that offends you in some way, well, I feel sorry for you.
Hey, you know what? Maybe some people, could get some tools and start carving their own chess piece and
Yeah,
call it
that would
whatever the
actually
hell they want.
even work better in that regard, at least.
Hey, you know what we could have? Probably some chess D&D.
3D, all that
Alright.
stuff. Why not go a step further? Not just chess D&Ds, chess miniatures, chess
Oh,
Warhammer
God.
40K.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be something else.
right?
Yeah.
And you know what? Why not take this one step further? It doesn't have to be a bishop doesn't have to be from a real world faith. Why not be from one that's in pop culture and video games even? Why
Yeah.
not and then build all the pieces to revolve around that?
Make a bishop piece and call it the necromancer. There you go.
There you go. That solves all of that. Solves it all problems. Why not?
Just,
Right?
yeah, just a mere
Make
fact you have to put up
just
with this shit.
if you don't like chess and the current pieces, make your own pieces. Think of it. Paint it. Choose all the other colors. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
But
Instead of
Pretty
making,
much.
instead of
don't erase the historical stuff. Don't friggin' erase the bishop because that people will still play chess and all that in its original form and pieces.
Exactly.
yeah, like you can't change a name of a chess piece
That's been
just because you feel that it's like no, it's this I'm offended by this, and it's like
and be a direct attack on our culture that's been the same for fucking would be the same for centuries. Just to change for someone who there's someone who has paper thin skin.
oh yeah,
Right, because and on that note, and for people who would actually be the most likely to want this sort of change, let's just let's entertain the idea of saying chess, but it's atheist, and what would and the form of the bishop would be what?
The fact checker, the scientist, the educated, the expert.
And
What else?
what would be the form of say the rook and all that?
The peer. There you go. The peer. What
And I
else? I
think
mean,
and then it would just be speak for itself when they have to come when it comes to renaming the piece of the pawn,
yeah. Oh my god,
or
tell me
basically
about
just
it.
you just call them a rube or something.
Or call it like I don't know, a researcher. There you go.
Yeah, there you go, science, but chess, but it's science.
Yes. Then have another piece called the author.
There you go.
I'll swear to fucking God, these people.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
I know the absolute state of it all. That
Not to mention the fact that I was reading someone's reply, on your Twitter feed that's saying it's 2025. We're not doing this shit anymore.
I thought we had hit the ceiling when it came to levels of stupidity when people were like taking photos of themselves jumping off cliffs.
Oh, please do. Please do that again.
No,
No, don't do that. Don't
it
do
was a
that.
fad for a while. What people would do, they would go to a cliff face, they would jump in the air, but the problem is they didn't know how to jump properly, so several people ended up jumping in such a fashion where they'd jump off a cliff, so they get this like really high-end photo of them in midair and then splat.
Speaking of which,
like,
do you guys also remember? Do you guys also remember the one craze about the selfie craze for I don't know, fucking ages ago, and how people lost their fucking lives just trying to take a picture of themselves? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
yeah, people go crazy for all that sort of stupid things.
A fucking mouth breather would kill themselves for a fucking picture.
It's just the same. It's just the same thing as these people doing these. Have you guys heard of the Tide Pod challenge? Like
Oh, who
that.
Oh
hasn't?
god, yes.
Who
When
If
hasn't
they're
you
even their
really
fucking
don't like someone and they're thick as a brick, turn around and convince them to do it because
How about
you
no?
probably end up having a bit of fun.
Actually, dude, of course, we're just saying a lot of stuff about jokes and whatnot, too. We don't fucking condone it. That should be pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah, we don't condone that shit, guys. Don't listen
Yeah,
to that.
if you're gonna be retarded, we're not gonna be responsible for that.
Unless, yeah, it's like unless you guys are retarded, then don't take shit.
Jesus
Don't take shit.
Christ. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have a at the point where they need a fucking caretaker.
Right,
Yeah.
of course, we are not responsible for decisions that you make. Good, good
Oh,
or stupid, just like that. We are not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
no matter how much you want to blame us, we're not responsible for this shit that you decided to do to yourself.
Hey, I mean, like if someone's gonna shoot themselves, I mean, I didn't say it. I didn't say to do it. I was just there for the show.
Right? We were just
Right,
having a conversation about jokes and stuff. You're the one that took it literally that we were saying to go do it, and then now you're dead. And then now you're dead, and it's because you're retarded and you can't figure out which you can't even take a joke.
Well, the other thing is
Not
being
our
able to
problem.
use critical thinking. I mean, personally, I like it when people win the Darwin Award, but that's just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like use critical thinking, people. Jesus.
But then again, a lot of people say that critical thinking is Nazi behavior or some shit like that,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly behavior. Well, if you want to be retarded, then just be retarded.
Hey, I mean, the Grim Reaper doesn't discriminate, right?
Yeah.
right. So, in that said, after all that, I think that's all that we've got for the week.
Indeed.
Well,
Did we talk about the rest of the topics?
we didn't have much. To be honest, we didn't really have a lot more other than those three. But I think I think we were happy with what we got though. So we could have stretched the Tesla one out, but I guess we'll
Yeah.
just. I think I'm more than happy to let one of you guys make a quick closing statement about what we've gone through the week. So
Uh,
who nine of you would like to start?
Go first. Go first, there, Noble. I know you got a lot on your chest.
Well, I got that part off my chest about, well, people who are attacking Tesla vehicles are Nazis because, well, that's what Nazis fucking did back in the day.
The fucking irony.
You know, it's kind of funny. It's like environmental, and then just. Yeah. My head hurts. Look, this week was just a basically clusterfuck of non-fairy shit. And. Yeah.
There is
That's
nothing
my
wrong with
response.
having non-furry stuff at times. I mean, we go through this. We go through the rotation of the world looking for stuff that's both furry and not. Then again, we could have rehashed through some stuff that we've covered, like in the past, like the past month, if you want, if that was more up to speed. But that's fine. So, who'd like to make the next quick closing statement?
Oh shoot. I'll go for it. The thing is, also, I mean, about I mean, it's not just about any topic. It's about just everything in particular too. Moreover, you know what the biggest problem I have is the forced change. Like, holy shit! How much damage have we done, no, to our culture? Well, the entire Western culture as a whole, not just a country, but the entire world as a whole. I would say too, for the sake of change or some other hope, like false hope, yapping bullshit that someone said that tried to be another cardboard cutout of, I don't know, Obama, I guess. And not only that, and the fucking outcome that it's having nowadays too. Oh, just because of Doge is cutting no costs. I mean, for a lot of unnecessary bullshit, that we had to put up with. I don't know, fucking decades or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely bit us in the ass over the years, and you know, it's just like down the line, that all a lot of the struggles that we've been going through is stems from that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes,
Like,
this
well,
this this whole idea of some John Lennon yappy bullshit, it's just not fucking true, you know. And we've sacrificed so much of ourselves, just to chasing some far left wing bullshit goals that of like
Yeah.
some utopia that is just never gonna be true. We've sacrificed so much over some bullshit for years. The Amazon rainforest, just for like a environmental for just another fucking environmental summit that's just gonna get on the world even more. Like, what how is that even gonna benefit everyone in the long run? You know what I mean?
hmm
Right.
Eh, I'm now on to you, Azzy.
All right. So, uh, a lot to process with these two topics because with the two topics, it's a lot to process. But the Tesla one, it's like these people act like they. These people say that, oh, I'm a anti-fascist. We're Antifa, but yet you do shit like burning Teslas and literally attacking people who own Teslas and literally and doxing them and literally just
Yeah,
damage
the
amount of damage too. It's like if anyone's a fucking Nazi here, it's you guys. It's and I'm saying this in generalization.
it's
And those
just
those people who I'm just saying those people who do all this shit, who claim to be Antifa but are actually acting like the fuck and
hmm
literally fascist.
yep,
That's exactly what the fucking Nazis did to the Jews back in the day. They
yep,
would they
nah,
would they would destroy their businesses. They would literally spray paint. Well, not spray paint, but they would demolish like every item that is related to Jewish people and all that other stuff. And now the Amazon rainforest thing. Now the Amazon rainforest thing. It's like it just points out even more
the hypocrisy.
the hypocrisy of these fucking environmentalists. Saying that, oh, we care so much for the environment, we care so much for the animals' homes, but yet you're literally killing like dozens of trees just in order to make a pathway in a fucking to a fucking so-called uh climate uh climate summit, whatever
hmm
it is.
that'd be
It,
right.
yeah,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's just like it's like these people are just
Hypocrites.
absolute. Yeah, not only that, but they also can't make up their fucking minds either. I mean, it's like like I said in that George Carlin quote. Well, he's right. I mean, environmentalists don't even give a shit about this planet. They just all they care about is literally just having their own habitats.
About selling their own image, like they're the good guys
Well,
all the time.
oh yeah, selling their image like they're the good guys, but yet they're anything but that. It's like just it's fun. It's always fun to point out the hypocrisy of the woke leftist climate people. It's just it's funny to pull that. Now for the chess piece one, just no. Keep keep the name as it was before centuries. Just leave the name alone, as it's already been named that chess piece for literally centuries ago. It's like there's no reason for it change just because some just because some whiny liberal in diapers think that oh oh, it's Christian nationalist type bullshit like that. It's like, come on. Come on. If it's like, if you guys are really that much of a fucking snowflake, like literally wanting to change the name of a fucking chess piece, just, just make your own, or just 3D print your own chess piece and just make your own. Came up with your
Yep.
name instead of just ruining it for everybody else.
You
It's like,
know, that also. I mean, sorry to interrupt, but also reminds me to another point about you guys also remember about Gamergate, right?
oh god, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
And then with chess, you know, I suspect it could be also another tabletop Gamergate bullshit.
If you bother to actually pay attention, it was a joke. They weren't actually planning on changing the name. It just blew up like a bloody, oh, let's make a little
And
lighter here, and boom.
and then
yeah,
yeah,
oh
Right,
yeah,
we've been baited.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying to the people who take that shit very seriously and be like, "Oh yes, let's change the name." It's like, no, it's not changing the name. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
It's like people just leave it alone. It's a joke. See, these are the types of people who can't even take a joke. It's, it's you
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, every time anyone ever says it, they take it so seriously. It's unbelievable. It's just yeah.
It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing how things can just turn out to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then these people are like saying, "Oh yes, let's change the name." That's where I'm getting at. Is that these people?
The people that
No.
should take it seriously. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame you.
Cameron, do you have anything to say?
Um, kind of pertaining to the whole Tesla thing, but not exactly like things that we were exactly talking about, but just things in general with it. With like how people, um, some LGBT people are saying that they don't feel safe in this country anymore since Trump got in, but yet they feel safe enough that they can commit arson and other felonies and feel like they are justified and can get away with it. Like, nope.
Mm.
What about the
Right.
Amazon?
People,
Literally.
people crying that I think prison time's a little much, but it's literally what you get for arson. So
Yeah,
do crime,
And
face the consequences.
exactly.
repeating offenders too. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what about the?
The Amazon rainforest. I I don't really know what to say. That's breaking my brain. That people that want to protect the environment in the rainforest are now destroying a part of it just to make it more convenient to get there so they don't have to drive by the city or whatever the
It's just
spot.
it just points out the hypocrisy of these people.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. My brain's fucking broken.
Yeah.
And don't be too
What
hard on
about
yourself.
what about the pieces?
Chess pieces, just leave it the fuck alone. If you don't like it, you can probably make your own or just shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
even though it's meant to be a joke, but then
Yeah.
but yeah, these people just take it seriously and they just like, and then they're like, "Oh yes,
Yeah.
let's change the name." And it's like, no,
No, it's a joke. Don't take it too seriously about it. They literally pounce on anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, in that said, that is all the time we have for the week. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed that as much as we had combing through and making this show for you. As always, you will find our episodes on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Player.fm, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more. That's us for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
And until then.
Bounce.
Bye.